Today, I want to talk about the public warning and order for additional education on 231st Judge Jesse Nevarez of Tarrant County. This public warning or public admonishment came before the State Commission on Judicial Conduct. For short, those of us that are pro se or in the movement, we refer to them as the SCJC, SCJC, the State Commission on Judicial Conduct. Who is this SCJC and what do they do? The SCJC is the oversight commission that oversees the conduct of these judges here in the state of Texas and the state of Texas only. The SCJC isn't really known for their investigation skills or tactics because they do a very poor job about investigating. They're almost like CPS. They're worthless. So let's look deeper into this public admonishment. June 21st, North Texas family law judge disciplined by State Commission for Sexual Harassment. And this was 231st Tarrant County District Court Judge Jesse Nevarez. North Texas family law judge disciplined by State Commission, SCJC, for sexual harassment. That was the headlines in the Dallas Morning News. And it says that this public warning came June 21st, 2024. Nevarez told the commission he has called women, including his staff, babe, babes, hun, baby, and beautiful for over 40 years. And as a man, I've been called babe, honey, and I understand it's not in a professional setting, but I've been called this by English teachers, by football coaches on the football field, male football coaches, and I get it. It's in a place of employment. The judge has to be held to a higher standard. I get it. Trust me, I do. I don't know Judge Jesse Nevarez. He's not in my county. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things, but I also think that some of the complaint that they're saying that he called them babe, baby, or honey is kind of minute compared to the parents that are in the movement representing themselves pro se and actually have a judge that is violating them. See, the SCJC never interviewed any of my 10 eyewitnesses that were sitting in the court that actually saw an ex parte communication happen between my judge, 257th in Harris County, Sandra Peak, have with opposing counsel and the amicus. Now, I had these 10 eyewitnesses write affidavits, submit them with my grievance, and not one eyewitness was ever interviewed for the investigation of that grievance. So now you have Jesse Nevarez, who calls people hun, babes, or whatever, and you have a legal professional file that grievance, and automatically they get a public admonishment. They have continuing education that they need to do to make sure that that never happens again. But when it comes to the public, the SCJC doesn't seem to care what the public says or asks. And you have to remember, the SCJC is funded by taxpayer money. So when the public can't get relief, when judges are acting unruly, they're oppressive, or they're legislating from the bench, the SCJC kind of tends to turn their head. Or maybe this is a political thing. Maybe they don't like Judge Jesse Nevarez because he's a Republican and some of the people down in the SCJC are Democrats and they just want to ruin people's reputation. Whatever it is, the SCJC is probably comparable to CPS and any other government entity, right? They take money. They don't do complete investigations. They only worry about the small, minute shit, and they really don't care what the public thinks. In a couple of months, the SCJC will be having a meeting that they hold every 2 years. So again, 2 years ago, we had a meeting with the SCJC where the public was allowed to come and talk. We had plenty of parents that came that talked about the corruption within the Texas judicial system, especially in family courts, and nothing was ever done.
There are judges who should have been removed a long time ago. Barbara Stalder is a classic example. She is ruining people's lives with protective orders. It has become a forum for people who want to shop for a protective order, who come to Houston for the reason to get a protective order from Barbara Stalder. Just last week, you guys issued a public reprimand against Brittany Morris. Judge Morris should be off the bench. The whistleblower in that case The person with all the documents was not even interviewed by any investigator.
So I encourage you to stay on top of this issue. And when it comes up again, this meeting, it's going to come up in September or October, the first couple weeks. They usually don't like to give us plenty of notice because they don't want too many people to show up. So they try to give the least amount of notice, but stay on top of this issue with me and others so we can go to the SCJC and we can demand accountability and transparency from not only our district court judges, but from the oversight committee itself. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.